In the next segment tonight, reaction to the Talking Points memo about immigration, both here and in Great Britain. Joining us from Washington, Kirsten Powers. So, where am I going wrong, Powers?
Where to begin? I mean, one of the things that jumped out to me is I don't think that it's true that Democrats support open borders. And that quote that you played from Kerry to me is not evidence that they do. I think he was speaking in a more broader sense about our sort of interconnected world. But the Democratic Party, that has not been their position. The position of the president in his immigration bill certainly was not one of open borders. It was quite onerous, frankly, to immigrants.
Let me challenge. Can you, in the last 7.5 years, point to one piece of legislation Democrats supported that would crack down on the southern border?
Yeah, it was in, I think, one of the spending bills definitely had money allocated for border security, for
but that
patrolling,
was
for building a fence.
50 other things in the bill.
Okay, but I mean, you can't say that no money has been allocated, and the border security.
I didn't say no money has been allocated.
Border patrols are up to 20,000, which was the target. You know. No
Democratic politician, as far as I know, on the national scene has supported more stringent border protections. Kate's law. Okay, nobody?
I know, we know. We've talked about Kate's law, but I'm just saying in terms of, I mean, allocating money for the border and increasing border patrol up to 20,000 agents is something.
It's 50 other things were in the bill, so they wanted some of those things. But nobody has come out, that as far as I can see, and said, you know what, we need to beef that border up. Maybe a border wall in some places is worthy. No one, no Democrat. And on the open border front, Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, I mean, they have given literally hundreds of speeches. And again, there's no border. Yeah, we got to do this down there. We got to stop it. Sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities is another good one. Sanctuary cities, obviously, a direct violation of federal law. Can you point to one Democrat who has spoken out against sanctuary cities?
No, and I don't think they should speak out against sanctuary cities the same way Rudy Giuliani. I've never heard you criticize Rudy Giuliani for defending New York as a sanctuary city. This is not just this is not just a Democrat versus Republican
And that's an interesting point that I might talk to the mayor about the next time he's in here. But
I think you should.
You're
I'm
basically
sure he's
agreeing
conveniently
with me.
switched his position on it.
You're taking a semantic position that the Democratic Party does not support open borders, yet they've done absolutely nothing to stop the border chaos. Nothing other than allocate money.
You keep saying it's nothing to allocate money into increase border patrolling of agents and to build fences. I mean, it's not what you want. But I just disagree with you. I've written very critically about President Obama on immigration, and it's why he's not that popular, you know, with a lot of people in the Latino community, because he didn't do immigration reform and because he's been very tough, actually, on deporting people. And we've talked about border children. I thought he was very, very tough on them, too tough on them.
They don't want all these dependent children pouring across the border because they can't handle them.
They're not dependent. They have family here.
No. The children don't have family.
The children have family here. Yes, they do.
Some of them do and some of them don't.
No, most of them do, actually.
Okay, so your contention is that the Democratic Party doesn't want open borders, and my contention is that it does. Now, you could make the same argument in Britain. So that the Labour Party would never say, oh, we want unfettered immigration here. But that's what the vote was all about, that many in Great Britain, the majority, as we saw in the vote, believe they've been overrun and that it's not good for English society. Would you dispute that?
I think it's right that is the perception of people, that somehow this has a connection to them being overrun with immigrants. But the truth is, most of the immigrants that come into the UK are not from Europe. They're overwhelmingly from other countries.
What? They're able to move once they get into Europe. They're able to move across borders because there's no passport control.
No, but the point is most of the immigrants that are coming into the UK are coming from India, mostly. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and China. They're not coming from Germany. They're not funneling through Germany. They're coming directly there.
It's hard to believe you're not there.
But getting out of the EU is not going to change that.
Yes, it is. The EU policy is once you're on our soil, you can move unfettered. We don't have passport control. Now, Great Britain will. Now, if you want to take a little train from Paris to London, when you get off, they're going to be British authorities going, who are you? Let's see your passport. That does not happen under the EU. That's why they voted to toss it. Last word.
That may be the reason they voted to toss it, but it's only about 25% of immigration coming into the UK, so it's going to have very little impact on what people see as an immigration problem in that country.
Okay.
Sorry.
Kirsten Powers, everybody. There she is.